What's that?
It's a book of scary stories. Tell me a story. Hey, what's going on?
Tommy's missing.
Tommy's name was in the book. There's no way it's actually connected, right? Okay, what if what happens in the book is exactly what's happened for real? Oh my god. Andy!
Stella!
Listen, you're in the next story. We're reading it right here.
It's a corpse looking for her missing toe.
I'm afraid that we woke something up.
You shouldn't have taken the book.
We've got to stop it.
Sarah Bellows' book, where the stories write themselves and it all comes alive.
The Jingling Man is coming.
Aloha! This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man. And today, Friday night, I went and saw, you know, the week-old movie, as it came out last week, Scary Movies, Tales, well, yeah, Scary Movies, Stories to Tell in the Dark. And remember our rating scale, shock a thumbs up, it's good to see, I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down, it's bad to see, it's junk, I don't recommend it. And for scary stories, it is a shock a thumbs up. Now this is basically an advanced or an, you know, a little bit of a sharper movie than the Goosebumps stories. And actually, this tale is pretty much almost, you know, kind of what they did in the Goosebumps, with a group of teenagers finding a book that all of a sudden, once they start to read from it, or once they open it, then tales are written in it that start to become true, basically centering around the fears of, you know, our 5 characters, you know, portrayed in this film. And essentially, so it is PG-13. It is a little bit, like I said, a darker, sharper edge than the Goosebumps stories. The show stars this stars Zoe Clarete, Austin Abrams, Michael Garza, just to name a few. And all of the kids do reasonably well in it. You know, at least as good as the It stories. You know, It Chapter 1 with the kids portraying, you know, the victims of these scary stories. There's one about a haunted scarecrow that comes to life. There's another that takes place where a girl is bitten by a spider and thus lays eggs within her. You know, her fear of insects, fear of spiders, etc. You know, and multiple others that the kids have. And all of them are told in, you know, in fairly scary fashion, as one would expect for this kind of movie. However, if you're looking for something really terrifying and really scary as an adult, I'd say just go ahead and skip it and, you know, just see it on Netflix with your kids later on, or iTunes, or streaming, because there really isn't, you know, there really isn't anything terrifying there, but it could have the potential to actually scare small children. So, you know, it does do its job in that, as that's the audience, the PG-13 crowd and below that it's aiming for. And again, you know, this is kind of helped produced by Guillermo del Toro. So right away, you know that it has a certain slant of edginess to it. And most of them are pretty terrifying. And there is actually a coherent story behind what is taking place. Of why this book, you know, the author of this book have done such things. And it turns out to be kind of a mystery that the children have to solve in the attempt to try to get, you know, this book to stop and to save themselves from their own terrifying fears. So, again, if you've seen what's out there at the theater, you know, you're a smaller, you know, teenager, adolescent teenager that still wants a little bit of a fright, you know, go ahead and check out Scary Stories, you know, tales or stories to tell in the dark, and you won't be depressed. You might be a little scared, but you won't be depressed. So remember, shock a thumbs up for the movie, and go and check it out when you can, or at least streaming, where I think maybe you might like it more. It has come out, it did come out a week ago. It was number 2 at the box office last week, making $20 million, beating out Dora the Explorer at $17 million last week, where I had seen Dora last week. I had meant to see this one last week as well, but ran out of time for the weekend, and thus I'm catching up on it now. And I'm glad I saw it, but again, you know, someone like, you know, an adult like myself, wishing to really get spooked out, you know, you're better off just waiting for the next, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, or Halloween 2, the newest version to come. Alright, thank you so much. And again, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, saying shock a thumbs up for Scary Stories. Check it out if you dare, you know, when you can, wherever you can. Alright, thank you so much, and aloha.